brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work on another stovetop recipe. This one's called Swiss chicken stuffing casserole. The first thing that we're going to do, let me get the butter. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to get the stuffing mix mixed up and we're going to set it aside. Okay, so this is 2 boxes of stuffing mix, 1 stick of melted butter, and 3 cups of water. You need to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. I've already done that. And then we're gonna mix this all up, set it aside, and work on the meat portion. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna get a cutting board. And I've got about 3 chicken breasts here that we're gonna cut up. And we're going to put in the bottom of the pan. Okay. We're just going to cut this up in bite-sized pieces. Put it in the bottom of your baking dish. That I sprayed already with some cooking spray. Okay. These are kind of small, so I'm hoping that it'll be okay. All right, you can put 3 or 4 in here. And I just chose 3. All right, so I'm gonna spread all that out. I'll move this. Wash my hands. We have 2 cans of cream chicken soup. We're going to spread that out over the chicken. Second can. Spread it out. Okay, so we got our soup spread out over the raw chicken, and now I am going to add some Swiss cheese to this. You can use 8 slices, but I'm going to use a little bit more than that. So that's 10. I'm doing 10 slices. Okay. And now, for the very last thing, we get another rubber spatula. We are going to put dressing over the top. So you're going to put this into a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes And you're gonna cook it until your chicken is done and the cheese is melted. And you will have to cover this. Will need to be covered with foil. Okay, 45 minutes, 350 degree oven, and bake it covered till the chicken is done. 45 minutes should do it. All right, I'll see you back here when it's all finished. Okay, y'all, this is the finished product. It was very moist. It didn't dry out on me, which is good. Make sure that you keep your foil on as long as you can until the very end. And then the last 5 minutes or so, take the foil off. That way that it can toast up just a little bit so that the dressing's not wet. It was paired with green beans for tonight, but it could also be paired with just about anything. And it'd be a perfect substitute for like a Thanksgiving meal or any kind of holiday meal as well. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make one more stovetop recipe, or recipe containing stovetop stuffing. So what I need for you to do is get a pan and go ahead and make your stovetop stuffing according to the box directions. And the box directions are 1.5, let me grab the box, 1.5 cups of water and 1/2 stick of butter per box, and we need 2 ounces. And I saved chicken broth for my water, so there's 3 cups of broth there, and I need a stick of butter that I did not melt ahead of time, so I'm hoping that I can do that real quick. Maybe, hopefully. Not prepared today, y'all. Not prepared today at all. All right, I'm gonna just chop these up really quick. See if that helps, and hope and pray that it melts. Okay. All right, so let me check back and make sure. Yeah, and then we'll bring that to a boil, and then we're going to remove it from the heat, let it stand 5 minutes, and then we will start the rest of the recipe. But while you're waiting on that, you need to go ahead and cook your chicken if it's not cooked, which I've already done, and you need to chop it or shred it. And I've already got that ready. And you're going to need jumbo shells. I don't even know if I said the title of the recipe. It's chicken and stuffing stuffed shells. So let me get the box. So this is what you need, and you're gonna make the whole box, and we are gonna put the stuffing in it. Okay. So I'm just going to keep stirring this until it all comes together. I may add just a touch more water because it seems just a little bit too thick. But we're almost ready. All right. So to recap, we're going to get the stuffing ready, and then we're going to add the chicken to it. Then we're going to make the sauce that goes over everything. We also have to stuff the shells. So this is not a recipe that's like difficult. It's just got several steps. Okay? All right, I'll see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead, take our chicken that I made previous, and I just took some frozen breast, and it was about 3, and they were the small type, the ones that come in the bag of frozen ones that you can get, boneless, skinless, because my store did not have the fresh ones, so I had to get frozen this time, which I'm not a fan of, but it's gonna work out. So I cooked them, and I chopped them. And so now our stuffing mix is done. And we're going to set this aside, and we're going to work on the sauce that we're going to pour over the top. All right, let me set this aside, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now we're on to the sauce that's going to go over the top, or the gravy part of it. You're going to need to heat a saucepan with 2 cans of cream and chicken soup, 1 cup of milk, and a 1/2 cup of water. Get the water. And I'm just going to whisk this all together real quick and warm it up. Oops. Making a mess. So that's 2 cans of cream and chicken soup, 1 cup of milk, and a 1/2 cup of water. And it's going to make like a gravy or sauce. Okay, so while this is heating up, I just need it to heat up. We're going to go ahead and get our 9x13 out. 9x13 dish. Make sure y'all can see. I've already got it sprayed with some cooking spray. And we're going to take our stuffing mixture and stuff our shells. Now, the only thing with this is, for some reason, maybe I can get this to work. For some reason, I never have enough room in this pan for shells. But I'm going to make it work. We're going to make it work. And I'm only going to show you just a few. I don't want you to have to, like, you know, I don't want your eyes glazing over. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stuff the shell. We're going to turn it upside down, just like that. Okay, got a lot to do. And we're going to turn it upside down. So it's pretty simple. It just has, you know, a few steps, little extra steps. But all your seasoning and everything is in the stuffing mix. So, and then you do not have to add chicken broth if you don't want to. You can just do water, just like the package states. I just wanted to use the chicken broth that I had just made. And it takes about like a heaping tablespoon or so to fill these shells. And then if I have any shells left that don't have filling, I'm just going to kind of tuck them in there like I've done before. And we're just going to go with it. I just hope I have enough to do it. Should have worn my gloves. Alright, so our soup mixture is heating up, and as soon as it gets done and I get done stuffing these shells, we're going to come back and I'm going to show you what to do next. So give me a few more minutes to get all this taken care of, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, y'all, so I got them all stuffed. I even had extras, so I just piled them on top. Our sauce or gravy is ready. So I'm just gonna pour this over. You need to preheat your oven to 375. And you're gonna cook this about 30 to 45 minutes. Hot and bubbly, because everything's pretty much cooked. And then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna put cheese on top. The recipe calls for Swiss cheese, but I'm going to put mozzarella on top. All right, hot and bubbly, 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere around in there. And then it'll be ready. I'll pull it out. I'll show you me putting the cheese on top and us putting it back in the oven. I'll see you back here in about 40 minutes. Okay, y'all, so got it out of the oven. It's still bubbly. And I'm gonna take a cup of shredded mozzarella and sprinkle over the top. The recipe calls for Swiss, but I had mozzarella on hand and decided to go with it. You can do either, or you can go in a whole nother separate direction. It's up to you. This is actually probably a little bit more than a cup. Okay. Back in the oven for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're done, ready to serve. I'll see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. It's hot and bubbly and ready to serve. Took no time at all. Everything worked out great. I think even the shells are going to be a little bit toasted, which I kind of like that. But this pan of food right here, y'all, is very heavy. So the recipe says that it could serve 8. I think it could serve more than 8 people. It's extremely heavy to put in the oven and pick up out of the oven. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the dressing is so dense, or the stuffing. But it was pretty heavy to pick up and down, but it worked out fine. Hopefully it'll be a big hit, and that hopefully will give you also some ideas to use the stovetop stuffing in different meals. You can use it in all kinds of different ways. It pairs best with poultry, of course, but you can also use it by itself without meat. So it was really easy to do, and you can also get chicken flavored, turkey flavored, or herb flavored on some of these. I don't know if Stovetop makes them, but some other stuffing mixes do, so you can use them. It's pretty versatile. The turkey one may be a little bit too turkey-like, if that makes sense, but everything else is pretty good, and it works great in any recipe, and it's pretty easy to adapt any recipe to it. So hopefully this will give y'all some ideas. So make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.